Station in Wasilla. Is that Wasilla, Alaska or Wasilla, Washington? This is November 5, X-Ray Tango Charlie in Yellowstone.
That's Wasilla, Alaska. I didn't know there was a Wasilla in Washington.
Well, I'm not sure if there is, but it sounds like a familiar name. I figured it was Alaska, but I figured if there was a Wasilla, it'd be in Washington. Over.
Not that I know of. I'd have to look that up and find out if there is a... I don't know if there's a Wasilla anywhere else, but anyway, I didn't get your call sign.
The call here is November 5, X-Ray Tango Charlie. November 5, X-Ray Tango Charlie. What's my signal report up there in Wasilla? Over.
Okay, you're 5 and 6 here, maximum, and you're at Yellowstone. Which entrance?
I am 3 miles outside of the west entrance in West Yellowstone, Montana, in the National Forest. QSL?
Oh, okay, all right. So I guess that's called west. What is the Idaho one called?
Well, that's... Idaho is right outside of here, so it's about 10 miles up the pass to get into Idaho. So it would be this one, the west entrance, but the town in Montana is West Yellowstone. QSL?
Oh, okay. But doesn't Idaho have an entrance also?
Negative. They have a north entrance up, but it's not Idaho.
Oh, okay, all right. Because west is Idaho from there. So I guess they call northwest up, because, Montana's north of Yellowstone and Idaho's west. So, and I've never been there, so I don't know. Anyway, the name here is Ed Echo Delta, and I'm located 6 miles north of Wasilla.
Roger, Roger. I recognize the name Wasilla right away there in Alaska, but I figured there was a Washington, but maybe not. Can I get your call sign then, sir?
Yeah, the call here is KL7 Hotel Radio Norway. Name is Ed, Echo Delta. And your name again?
The name on this end is Scott, Sierra, Charlie, Oscar, Tango, Tango. You're a very strong signal here into Yellowstone.
Okay, very good there, Scott. What are you using there? Are you operating out of an RV?
I'm in a trailer in the National Forest campground there. I'm on an ICOM 7000. I'm pushing it about 90 watts right now, and into a G5 RV up at about 30 feet. I strung in the trees. Over.
Okay, that's great. What a great way of enjoying your vacation. That's good for you. Glad you've done that. Yeah, and okay, on the ICOM 7000, I use an ICOM 7000 in my truck. Except I use a Lakeview hamstick on there. Go ahead.
Roger. Yeah, I have some hamsticks with me for about 5 different bands, and depending on where I'm at, I'll throw one of those on top of the pickup and use that. But if I have the room, I do the G5 RV. It does better. Over.
Yeah, you bet. Well, see, now you're a G5, or excuse me, an N5. Where are you from? What's your home QTH?
The QTH is Brownsville, Texas. It's on the extreme southern tip of Texas, on the border of Mexico. There, QSL.
Yeah, I know where that's at. Yeah, you can't get any further south than that. Well, that's a long ways away. Yeah, that northwestern Wyoming is beautiful. I've only been across the entire south end, from Cheyenne all the way to Evanston, but I've never been up in the northwest corner there. I'm sure it's absolutely beautiful there.
Oh, it's beautiful country there. If you come out of Cook City, Montana, and you go up to Beartooth Pass, it just, it'll blow your mind. Of course, being there from Alaska, though, you see a lot of that kind of stuff. But down here in the continental United States, you don't get any better than Beartooth Pass over there. Over.
Yeah, I understand. I've got some documentary films of the Yellowstone, and I've always liked the Northwest. And that's certainly one place where I would be visiting if I was going to visit anywhere down there. Any of those northwestern states, and of course northwestern Wyoming is the best spot. The rest of Wyoming is, the east part is mostly prairie, and kind of desolate, and that's unfortunately the part that I've been across. But the northwest corner there is quite nice, I'm sure. But I've heard a lot about Yellowstone, so I'm sure you're having a great time there. I've worked a lot of mobile stations at Yellowstone. Never worked any fixed stations out of Jacksonville. Or excuse me, what is it? Jackson Hole. I haven't never worked any stations there. So there's not a lot of hams in that part of the country.
There's some in Jackson there. I've talked to them from down in Texas, but you're right. It's few and far between there. You're a strong signal here in the Yellowstone. What is your working conditions there, over?
I'm using the Cushcraft X7. It's a 7-element log cell here, Scott. It's up on a 55-foot self-supporting telescoping tower. The exciter is a Ten-Tech Orion 2. And I'm using an Alpha 8410. It's putting out about 1,500 watts. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. I imagine you need that kind of power up there, depending on the conditions there. That's my next thing, to get into an amp, but that's a whole nother world there, and there's sure a lot to learn about it when you're using those things, over.
Well, this is my third Alpha. It's the best amp you can get as far as I'm concerned. I started off with a 374 back in the 70s, the mid-70s, and then I progressed to a 91B that I used since 2005, and then a couple of years ago I traded that up for an 8410 through RF Concepts. So, real good amplifier. I highly recommend it to anyone, Scott. Do you get on HF fixed station out of Brownsville much?
Oh, Roger. I mostly work during the day. I'm usually on 40 meters there, but I have been working 20 quite a bit. Yeah, I do a lot of HF from home. I'm kind of an HF kind of DX guy, over.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, I don't get on 40 meters. I get on 80 meters for intrastate communication. We've got a number of nets that meet daily up here on 80 meters. It's in the evening hours. It's kind of really handy, especially during the winter months when 20 meters is dead, due to winter conditions and lack of sunlight. But I don't really hear Brownsville very often because we don't get propagation that opens up down that far into Texas quite as often as other parts of the country on 20 meters. I'm primarily 20 meters. I like it because it has good long-haul communications ability, so it's my favorite band. I've been up here for 43 years, and it's been primarily 20 meters for me. I've done some 15-meter work and 17 in the past, but and some 10-meter also. But primarily, it's been 20. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Since I've been on this trip up here, it's been primarily 20 during the day for me, and at night as well. It's a very quiet band. 40's a little problematic right now, and I don't hear much going on 10 anymore, over.
Yeah, I don't really get on that band, to be honest with you. Like I said, I used it back in the 80s a little bit. Get on 15 meters and work VP6TC there, Tom Christian, down in Pitcairn Island.
I'm going to upload this. We'll make a second video. We're clear.